What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a hoot and a holler. A true banger, if you will. Today we're talking about the time that I smoked cocaine. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Drop a like if you do. And also, there's just one little thing I gotta mention. Follow me on Twitter. What are you waiting on? Links at the very top of the description or on the screen. It's TheGBLN, TheGoblinn. There's 3 N's on the end. TheGBLN. Follow me on Twitter right now. I tweet bangers. I tweet about when I'm uploading. I tweet about when I'm streaming. I tweet everything. Get on there right now. That's the only thing I had to mention. And also, real quick, thank you guys for the support recently, man. We recently hit 360,000 subscribers. We've been getting over 100K views a day for like over a week straight, which is incredible. So thank you guys for the love. I hope you continue to enjoy the content, and I'll continue to make it for you guys. Thank you all so much, and let's dive into it. So this happened back in early 2019. This was actually before the Coke Chronicles occurred. So this was kind of a phase of my life where I dabbled in blow a little bit, but it wasn't really a daily habit of mine, anything close to that. But on this particular day, I got hit up by my buddy Tim. Some of you guys might be familiar with why I'm not friends with Tim anymore and why I don't talk about him much anymore. But for those of you guys who haven't seen the video, Tim screwed me out of like $1,000. That's irrelevant now. It was years ago. But either way, Tim hit me up and asked what I was up to. Of course, I say that I'm not up to nothing, so I make some plans to go over to Tim's house. We slide over to Tim's, I hop out of bed, I get ready, I drive on over there, and he's chilling having a hoot. All we have is some weed, so we smoke up a little bit. And Tim starts talking about how he wants to buy some blow. Now listen, I'm a cocaine man. I love some blow. But at this point, I was not the kind of guy to just go buy coke myself. I didn't even really have a connect, but he did. So I was down as a clown. I was like, Tim, listen, dude, count me in, okay? I'll throw for some. Let's get some blow. So we decided to end up splitting an 8-ball. He hits up his guy. I don't know who he was. We'll call him Plug Johnson. I don't know, Serveman fucking Serverson. Who knows? Either way, Serve Serverson comes through and makes the serve, okay? He drops off the 8-ball, and now we're really having a hoot. We're sitting at Tim's dining room table, just us two. We're trying out a little bit of this blow. We're rolling up some blunts, and it's a good time, you know? We got live PD going on the TV. It's a hoot and a holler. We try out a few lines of this shit, and it's pretty good, I'll say. It wasn't the best coke I'd done by far, and it kind of made my nose, it made it hurt a little more than usual, which leads me to believe that it was probably pretty cut. But that's okay. Coke is coke, and at this point in my life, I was not a cocaine connoisseur, so that's all right. So after maybe 30 minutes to an hour of getting geeked, another guest arrives. Our boy Eric comes through. Eric's someone that you guys might be familiar with. He was there in some of my previous stories, but I haven't kicked it with him in a little while. But Eric is a cokehead just like the rest of us. He pulls up, he daps us up, and he comes and sits at the dining room table with us. We're hanging out, and we're trying to figure out what the plan is besides doing cocaine, Should we go somewhere? Should we, go out to dinner, just have some fun? We had no idea yet. We eventually decided to do absolutely nothing except for cocaine, which is, that's typically how it ends anyways. Let's be real here, boys, okay? Normally, when you get blow, you're not going to want to do anything but blow. So that was exactly what we did. Eric comes through, and we're chilling at the table, and we're chopping up, and we get sent off our rockers. I'll admit, this coke was probably cut pretty heavily with lidocaine. Because not only did it feel weird going down my nose, but my mouth was way too numb considering I barely gummed any, almost none at all. My hypothesis, expert review, is that this was probably cut with lidocaine. But, there's no such thing as 100% pure cocaine, so I'll take, at least it's not laxatives, dude. We've had plenty of bad experiences with that. There's nothing worse than taking a line and shitting for half an hour. But either way, back on topic here. So, we're chilling out, we're taking these lines, and my mouth is numb as fuck. I feel like I'm choking. I get that lump in my throat and I get that cold sweat going and I'm bussing, and so is Tim and Eric. They're having a hoot too. We decide that we're a little too coked up and we're like, all right, boys, I think we should smoke a little weed. So that's exactly what we do. Tim goes upstairs, he goes to his room and he grabs out some wraps. Now Tim busted out the Dutchies. This was a perfect time to bust out the Dutchies because they burn nice and slow. And when you're coked up, in my opinion at least, smoking weed is worthless, right? You're not actually getting stoned. But the act of inhaling and feeling that lung punch from a blunt is what really makes smoking while you're coked up nice. So having a Dutch was phenomenal. It was perfect. Like a crackhead's dream come true, okay? So we're chilling. We start rolling up these Dutchies. Eric rolled one up, Tim rolled one up, and I sat out watching the TV and doing some more coke. And we got these Dutchies rolled up. Now, we actually didn't smoke them for quite a little while because we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do with the day. We were like, boys, maybe we should just save these, you know? Are we sure we really want to sit here and do coke all day? Like, we don't know, you know? But at the same time, there's nothing really fun to do. What are we going to do? Go mini golfing, bro? Fuck that. I'm not going to take bumps in between holes, you know? Like, what else? Go out to dinner? I'm not going to be hungry. I'm on cocaine. No shot, all right? So we're chilling, and after a little while goes by of hanging out, we decide to let's go smoke some cigarettes. And our blunts, of course. We go out to Tim's garage. We start off, with our blunts. We smoked these Dutches, and they lasted for what felt like an eternity. They were phenomenal. There is nothing better than just taking a fat ass hit of a blunt while you're geeked up, because it just hits you so right, you know? You're not getting stoned, and sure, you might come down from how geeked you are a little bit, but just that lung punch is so nice. And at least from my experience, there's nothing that lets me take bigger rips of weed than blow, dude. It's like magic. But we smoked these blunts, and we're chilling. After we finish the blunts comes cigarette time. And Eric comes up with an idea that I don't know where this man got this idea from. I'd also like to say that this is like not the proper way to smoke cocaine. I'm not super educated on smoking cocaine, pardon me. I am a slight crackhead, not a full crackhead, but I'm pretty sure you have to do something to it before you can smoke it. So the kind of coke that we had was not really made for smoking. But we're stupid and we're geeked and we're just completely brain dead. So we thought this would work. Eric busts out the cigarettes and he's like, "Yo, dude, we should put a little bit of coke in these." At first I'm sitting there and I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean? Why don't we just do some lines, you know?" And he's like, "Bro, just trust me, dude. I've done it before. It's nice." Tim had never done it before either, and he was a little hesitant, but we're fucked up and we're down for whatever, dude. I mean, listen, we're already geeked up. We're on the blow. How can we say no to consuming more coke? Whether it's intravenously or smoking it or boofing it. I would have done coke in any which way at this point. So Eric, he busts out the cigarettes, and I put my phone face down on the counter for him, right? Tim had this little freezer in his garage that we kind of used as like a blunt rolling station / chopping up station. So I put my phone face down for Eric to do his thing on, and he pours out like all of his blow. I was a little confused at first until I realized that he was pouring it out so he could get to all the powder. He scooped all the big rocks right back into his bag, right? So now that he's got just this little pile of powdery, fucked up shit that doesn't really need to be chopped up anymore, we're ready to rumble. He takes this powder and he busts out his credit card and he scoops up, maybe a little key size bump, give or take, on each, for each cigarette, and he pours it into the tip. I was shocked. I didn't really understand how this was meant to work or how this was even going to work. I figured okay, maybe he'll, I don't know, fucking lick the cigarette and rub coke around it. I don't know, dude. Who knows? But no, this man just poured the blow right directly into the cigarette. So I was like, okay, I guess that works, He packed it down a little bit to make sure none of it fell out. And after that, he hands Tim the first one. He tells him just hold it upright. Whatever you do, don't let anything fall out. He does another one, and he hands it my way, and then he finishes the third and passes it. Well, doesn't pass it, takes it for himself. So we're all sitting here with these Coke cigs, a Cokey Smoky, if you will. And I'm not going to lie. I was pretty excited. This felt like a big step up for me. You know, I'd smoked crack, that's fine. But smoking cocaine is something that the true fiends really do. Like, nobody smokes cocaine. So Eric sparks up his first cigarette, and I'm like, okay, you know, I mean, he's hitting it. How bad can it be? And he takes his rip and coughs a fucking lung up. But I figure it's just because maybe he's geeked up and he's got a lump in his throat and he took a big rip because he's coked. So I spark mine up next. Now, let me tell you right now, I have never tasted a more rancid, disgusting taste in my life. The first hit I got was just paper because he packed most of it down, it was pretty bad, but compared to how the rest of it tasted, I would have preferred to smoke just empty paper at that point. Once I got to the point where the Coke was packed to, it was absolutely disgusting. I got this feeling in my throat, this throat punch that I'd never felt before. This chemical taste that completely overwhelmed my mouth, and it genuinely made me almost puke after the first hit. I completely understood why Eric was coughing a lung up after the first hit. Tim sparked his up at about the same time as me, and he's doing the same thing. We're all here coughing a fucking lung up. After I finish coughing a lung up, I take another hit, because I'm like, dude, I'm committed at this point. What do I have to lose? I've already smoked it once. It's like smoking crack. I've already smoked it once. Might as well smoke it twice, right? Same thing with this. Might as well take another hit. So I take another drag off of this thing, and the second one was so much worse. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if it's because I was geeked or I was just stupid, but holy mother of fucking God did I take a fat hit. And I was done after that. I gagged. It was disgusting. I remember the smoke just filling up my throat, and I immediately exhaled. But that burnt chemical, just rancid taste would not leave. That I guess you could describe it as a bitterness. Just would not leave my mouth. I remember I walked out of Tim's garage onto his lawn, and I'm just coughing a fucking lung up, dude. I'm spitting all over the place. I'm trying to get this taste out of my mouth, pardon me, and I can't. Eric, on the other hand, seems completely fucking fine. This guy must do this every other day, dude. He didn't mind it at all. He's smoking a cigarette and he's laughing at me while I'm coughing a lung up. Tim was in the same scenario as me. He took one hit and he put that shit out and he was like, Eric, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, this is horrible. You know, this is terrible. So after we finished smoking our cocaine cigarettes, we go back inside after what felt like forever, right? It felt like a very long eternity. And we're sitting at the table, and my whole face goes completely fucking numb. Initially, I felt like I was going to feel nothing. I was like, dude, this has been a complete waste, right? This has been worthless. And maybe I didn't notice the effects while I was coughing a lung up because my face and my throat hurt so bad. But once we went back inside Tim's house and sat down a little bit, honestly, I was fucking lit. My whole face was completely numb. My mouth done for. Could not feel anything. You could shoot me in the throat and I'd probably notice 3 hours later. It was insanity. I'd never felt that way before in my life, dude. Despite the fact that, like, it really shouldn't have worked, I felt something. And it could have been a placebo effect, too. Maybe it's just that I was so coked up that after the cigarette, it made me feel more coked up. But I felt something from that cigarette. I really did, dude. That shit was spectacular. But after that day, I never smoked another cocaine ciggy again. Another cokey smoky, if you will. I'd had enough. We spent the rest of our day chilling at his dining room table, doing some lines, watching some live PD on the TV, and having a hoot, dude. The cokey smoky was not something we ever explored once again, I'll tell you right now. It was terrible. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video about the little cokey smoky. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, gamers.